What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Today is the 9th of December. Going over the price action on Nasdaq 100. Took a few trades today. Majority of them break even. Very horrible choppy price action today. And yeah, let's go over the price action. So this is how we ended the day. Still stuck inside this range right here. Zoom out. Still stuck inside this range here. So today we traded down, took out the previous daily low, traded up, didn't quite make it to the previous. Well, we didn't get even above the previous daily close, you know. Yeah, man, we just stuck inside this range since this week. So 2 days out of this week, and we basically inside the same weekly range. And on Monday we traded up to here and came down to here, but still pretty much stuck inside this same weekly range. So that's how the daily looks. And let me see if I can show you the price action on ES. It's pretty much the same thing. We came all the way down, didn't quite make it up to the previous daily open either. US 30, we traded up, came right back down, sold off, and still inside the weekly range. Going down to the 4-hour time frame, the price action is still choppy, still in this range. So currently we are above equilibrium. This looks like it wants to roll over. To be honest, this is now looking like a market maker sell model. But we have equal highs here, relative equal highs here, and we have these highs here that potentially could get run through, you know, before we make it up to all-time highs. We could still pull down here, come down here, refresh. Let me see if I can refresh this. Just waiting for this to, yeah, man. So we could pull down and have a sell off because we're stacking up. Let me see if I can turn down this. So we're stacking up these lows down here. These could eventually get run through, but on the higher time frame, we are still bullish. So we have all of these lows here that could get run through eventually, but I think we could still come down and then go higher. I'm thinking we could run these highs and these highs, make it up to here. But first we'll target these. So these highs would be the target at first, and then we make it up to here. So zoom out. So on the higher time frame, we could still make it up to this high right here, and then eventually back up to all-time highs. So let us see what we get going into this week. So looking at tomorrow's calendar, let me zoom this out a bit. So looking at tomorrow's calendar, tomorrow is Wednesday. We have some high impact news. Tomorrow we have some, what's this? unemployment rate, employment, some employment stuff, FOMC rate decision tomorrow at around 2 a.m., 2 p.m. rather. So I don't think we will get much movement during tonight's London session and even early New York tomorrow. Not expecting much movement because after today's chop, not expecting much, especially that we have a big decision like that. So expecting us to consolidate through tonight going into tomorrow's session. Looking at the 1 hour time frame, this is what it looks like. So today we sold off, traded all the way down to here, traded back up to this high, and then we came back down. Currently we're sitting down here. So we stuck in premium on this 1 hour time frame, and then now we just trading inside. This is pretty much sideways. Same price action all the way through last week coming into this week. Seek and destroy profile. Now let me show you. Let me show you what the price action looks like on the 15-minute. So today, last night during the London session, I took some trades here. I took a buy here, set my stops below here, and I came out because the price action was just not so favorable. So I just came out for I think almost break even. So I entered here and I added. So I added somewhere here and I just came out when I saw a price went up, started to reject. My original TP was this high here, but I realized that this pullback would have eventually get run through. So I realized we're struggling to go higher and the price action was terrible. So I just saw price moving like sideways on the 5 minute and I just exited the buys and just left it. Um, that was the trade for London, and then now during New York, I took. I'll show you. I took this trade. So if you can see, you can look back and see this is what the price action looked like. Very terrible price action. So I took a buy here, break even on this one. I took another buy here, break even on this one. I took another one here. We went all the way up, came back down after I hold through all of this because my stop was all the way down here. And as soon as I went break even, because I saw this breakout, I didn't expect us to come all the way back down. Plus, I wasn't at the computer, I was using my phone. So we came back down, got stopped out down here, and I just call it a day. After we got stopped out, I saw price come all the way up here, back up to where my I saw it before it rejected. I didn't take off anything because I risk very small because the price action is not the cleanest. I couldn't get an entry from all the way down here because right here around 9:30 I was kind of occupied at work. So I couldn't take an entry down here. So I took the entry right here and this thing stopped me out and then we did all of this. This would have netted me probably a good 0.5% gain to the highs before reversing. I had the TP way up, but we didn't make it up there. So because I got stopped out, I decided, you know what, just let me leave this thing and call it a day because the price action isn't the cleanest. So that's what ended up happening on the account today. So let's go over the opportunities that we got. So This was where I was looking at it and I got the entry right here, went up, and I saw the rejection here and I exited here, went up, traded up. I think I went to bed somewhere around here. Somewhere around here. This was after 4 in the morning. So we traded up, came back down, traded back up. This would have been a nice because sell, what like I said, I was exhausted, so I just went to bed. For this one, we sold off during this 345 area. We came down, and by the time we get to 450, this would have been a nice go buy. We traded up here, rejected from this fair value gap here before we had a big spike down. I think this was some news or something, but I woke up to see this and I just say, a good thing that I left this thing alone because I don't know how that would have panned out on the account. Um, Consolidated here inside this account, like the whole of the sessions, pure consolidation. We traded up again and then we just choppy sold off. Choppy every macro. So we had some inversions here, we sold off, some another inversion here, sold off, and these macro could have presented selling opportunities. But I was interested in buys because I'm bullish on this thing. So we ended up coming all the way down and we took out this low, which would have been the previous day low, which would have been Monday's low. Barely went below it, and as soon as we ran Monday's low, we had this inversion right here at 9:30. It was outside of the um, macro window. Right here we had this inversion, but the price action was so choppy, like I said. I could have gotten an entry here. This would have been a nice entry to catch the buys all the way up before we did all of this mess here. And this is where I entered and got stopped out. I entered here again and got stopped out here. So I wasn't able to look at the session and realize that I am not even in the macro because, like I say, when I'm on the phone, I can't see the full screen. So this was the buy opportunity right here. This would have been the ideal buy opportunity right inside the macro here. So this 10 a.m. we got our entry right here. Not the cleanest. Like I said, none of them clean. Another entry here inside this macro. Went up, came back down. This would have been another one, even though it's not in the macro. But I just decided, you know what, left it alone. We consolidated, move sideways right through lunchtime. Let me shift this over a bit. Consolidated right through lunchtime. Let me see how much pip this ranges. Let me see if I can measure this up now. So really just a 40 pip range here during the this session, 40 pips. And from the lower the day all the way down here, it's 175 pips from the lower the day during the main trading session. So that is how we traded for the entirety of the day. Not the cleanest of entries here, and it just got worse throughout the day. PM session, not much opportunity before we just trickled, sold off here, and see currently we went up and then we're selling off right now. So on the higher time frame, it's not looking too decent. This looks weak and this looks weak on US 30 and SPX 500. Little basically the same thing. We didn't quite get to take out the previous daily low, so we're still inside yesterday's range. So we could still come down and then we take out the highs. And on Nasdaq, we came down, took out the highs. So this is some type of SMT between ES and NQ. We could just come and rally to the highs now. Was expecting a bullish close today, to be honest, but we didn't get that. So price action choppy still, and that's how we closed out the day. Let us see what we get for the furtherance of this week. Until next time, guys, I'll catch you on the next one. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for subscribing. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.